what did you think of the Trump's nightly briefings? I started posting like a minute of his opening briefings on my Instagram maybe 6 weeks ago. I've never been very political on this show, but I found them strangely soothing. I also found them to be what I do here at London Real, which is long-form conversations that are unscripted and unedited. And where we had a vacuum of leadership in the world, I just found it admirable that a guy got up every night who doesn't like talking to the media and yet still would talk for 2 hours and try to answer questions and be himself. I don't know. I honestly miss those things, and they got me through some hard times. I don't know. What did you see?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of the modern day equivalent of the Socratic dialogues, where it's like, you can ask me anything for as long as you want, and I'm not going to back down. I loved every minute of it. And the media obviously hated it because he put them on blast and put them on notice. And I thought it was very beneficial. I miss them too. And I just loved the juxtaposition of President Trump and all the other people he'd bring up that had be so scripted. And look, the president was heroic in calling out China's involvement in lying about the virus and its spread throughout the world. The president was heroic in calling out the media and their dishonest coverage throughout the entire process. And so I'm always of the believer, the more Trump, the better. You know, there's people that want to put him in the box, and I say, no, you have a guy that has 40 years of institutional experience and instinct of how to brand, and actually more than 40 years, probably 50 years of institutional instinct and experience of how to brand and how to message, how to communicate with people. And you have been wrong about everything over the last couple decades. Why don't you just let the guy that actually got elected to president by defeating the Bush dynasty, the Clinton dynasty, the media dynasty, the tech companies, maybe he knows what he's doing. And so I'm always of the opinion that from a default position, not that every decision he's going to make is obviously going to be perfect. That would be against human nature. But his trend line is going to be in the direction of victory and in the direction of what is right and what is good. The Trump trajectory, if you will always end in a position that is good for our country. That is because he's so self-aware of the decisions that he's making, and then he has an ability to pivot and correct better than any other person I've ever seen in public life. He says, oh, this is working? Nope. Okay, well, this might be working. Okay. And whereas other politicians are so dogmatic, and they have no ability to be able to self-assess, look at how things are going, and then actually have an end goal in mind of what is best for our country.